What up, y'all? I hope we recording. This is how I roll out. This is how I roll, y'all. Look how beautiful it is. Look how beautiful. And this is my mask. Put it on. Roll out, y'all. This is Frankie. This is how I roll. I take the joy route. Take the joy route. Take the joy route. All right, y'all. So I'm taking the joy route. I want to finish sharing the story about my thinking on getting a different vehicle. So here's my thinking on getting a different vehicle. You all know from my previous couple of videos that I was seriously considering, and I am seriously considering getting me another vehicle. Who is that? Lisa, right? I am seriously considering getting me another vehicle. So what I thought about was, let me move over these people so I breathe. So what I thought about, anytime I see a vehicle that I like or whatever, sometimes I'm out searching, looking. And so I ran across a vehicle that I really liked and was seriously interested in getting it. And it was a 1999 Ford Econoline. Sorry if you've heard some of this story before. I'm clipping videos together as I walk up this hill. And if I start huffing and puffing, y'all know I can't breathe. So I was going to get this vehicle, this 1990 Ford Econoline, or at least I inquired about getting it. The lady who contacted me via text, she asked me to throw out a price. Well, I talked to a friend. He said, maybe let them make an offer first. Here's what I think is a fair price. That don't just, maybe they were going to let it go for something less. So just wait and see what they offer. So I'm going up this hill. This is Frankie. I'm taking the Dre route. So with the van is a 1999 Ford Econoline. The woman asked me what was I looking to spend. Don't you hate when people ask you what are you looking to spend? Because you could say an amount that they weren't thinking, that they didn't have on their radar. You can bid very, very high, or you can bid too low and insult them. And so I can't breathe, I'm going up this hill. So she came back. I said, well, the Kelley Blue Book, basically your van isn't in there. The van they have, it starts at the year 1992. And the price of a van is like I think it started as like $600 to like $1,500 or something like that. Yeah, I gotta breathe. And so, woo, Jesus. So it was that price. And she said, well, her husband, she had talked to her husband. She talked to her husband. Her husband came back and he said $3,000. $3,000 for used van, something you own, that's your home. That's not a bad price. But that vehicle has several things. For one, my next vehicle, I know what I've been in. I've been in my minivan. And I know what I would like to be next. So, some of the pros of that vehicle was, it was big. I really liked the way it looked. It was old school. I liked that about it. But I didn't know what the repair would cost. I had never driven it. I remember, this is a true story. I used to drive an ice cream truck. And the ice cream truck was an older truck, and it was very, very hard to drive the ice cream truck. I basically did it for fun. I mean, I was getting paid, but I really, really liked that little side ice cream job. But the ice cream truck that I drove was very, very hard. And in a way, that van reminded me of the ice cream truck in the sense that I don't know if I could have good control driving it on the road. So that was one thing. But let's say it did have, I could drive it, I could handle it very easily. Then what about, my next concern was, it didn't have air. Look how beautiful this is, y'all. My next concern is it didn't have air. Next concern had roll down windows. Now my van that I have now, the 1998 Dodge Caravan, it doesn't have air. It has roll down windows. And I've made it through an entire summer. I wasn't miserable with no air. But a bigger van with a lot more windows, if you were hot, you'd have to go to each one and roll it up, or you were cold. Just it would be hard to be in that size vehicle without having manual windows. Because say you're on the highway and you're driving, and when you start out, it's really hot, but it starts to get a little bit dark and it gets a little bit cooler. You got to pull over and roll up all those windows. So that's kind of a, that's not a plus, that's a con. So that was my concern. Yeah, I apologize. It's 80 degrees. 80 degrees weather, if I've said it in another clip, it doesn't bother me at all. You know, you see all these green, luscious trees? These trees are keeping me nice and cool. So that doesn't bother me. That man, it's always funny to me. People will start on the hill and they'll just go speed by. But, so that was one of the, back to the van. One of the things about the van. So, okay, whew.